Hello, um, my name is Anas Mohammed. Today I'm gonna talk to you guys about my summer 2025 internship, and I picked up an internship to work the high-speed rail. I got hired through Flatiron, and I was working the company's Flatiron Dragados joint venture, and but I got picked up through Flatiron. And the title that I was referred as was a field engineer intern, and overall, it's pretty. It taught me a lot. I really like it. I'm actually still working there right now. Just different. I was mostly focused on residential, so this is completely different. Let's kind of go over the project really quick. Just kind of give you a refresher. The project is a high-speed rail CP23 segment. This stretches all the way from Fresno area to right kind of between like up to around Bakersfield. This is around Wasco, California. And where I work, the structure I'm working on is Tule River Viaduct. The location is in Corcoran, California, and the scope is construction of multiple structures, including bridges, viaducts, and drainage systems, which I haven't worked. That's more the civil side. I'm more on the structures. And my main focus work primarily with bridge construction, deck placement, girder settings, and elastomeric coating prep, which that's going to be the main scope of work I will be talking to you guys about. And we'll go into that in just about a second. Schedule concrete pours is what really I'm working on right now. What I'm mostly focused on working there is where I focus on working on their NCRs, completing the NCRs, making sure the NCRs are getting completed and pushed out, and focusing on concrete pours because that's kind of what we're majority of the work needs to be completed. Project goal: support California high-speed rail infrastructure, improve transportation in California. Let's jump right into this. Scope of work. Um, I'll be talking about the elastomeric coating. Okay, so let's jump right into the preparation. Oh no, the preparation. So this is material that we have never, or anyone at the company has never used. It's pretty much used to, what's it called? Kind of like cover. It will be cover up a certain type of material. For example, like right at the end, the end vents for us is where we're covering up to for weathering, make sure water doesn't get in there, and making sure it's kind of just it's all cleaned up and ready so it can be poured over it, and then nothing can get in between. So let's I'll talk right about the surface preparation was critical. So pressure washing went into this to remove the dirt, oils, and debris. Um, or what's it called? Masking, taping, edge to keep clean boundaries, and priming. We applied. It was two different things. It was the Euroflex 65 TU, and then we had the primer, the Prime X. And so this is the work overview, current elastomeric coating. This is actually the kind of it's just a brief basic summary. This is what I kind of wrote up to put on the work plan, and it's I'm not going to really read it because I'm just going to go over step by step pretty much what happened. But the one thing that was kind of fun about this, it was my first specific dot or task that they gave me that they were like, you need to carry this on by yourself, learn everything you can by yourself. So it was pretty interesting. I had to carry on a specific training before the crafts can go out there and actually do the work. And I will go over that in actually about a second because I remember having a slide about that. We had a pre-activity meeting. That's the one I was kind of about to go over right now. Go over work area prep, surface cleaning, pressure washing and grinding. We talked about the masking over protection, the material mixing and setup. So actually during the training, I actually messed up on this and we burnt a batch, which is a new term I learned, which costed us some money, but like they said I'm an intern, so yeah, this stuff happens. Application process first, you have to apply the first coat. After the first coat is applied evenly and everything is rolled out, you want to make sure it's dried. As soon as it dries very quickly. You want to apply the second coat, and you're trying to get, I want to say it was around like 30 millimeter thickness. And then you have to do cleanup and quality control or quality checks, that was completed by Jaime Contreras. Thank you very much. Common equipment that was used, we were using a pressure washer. Grinder with the diamond cup wheel. If you're wondering why diamond cup wheels, because there was different, several different material that were kind of grinding. So one at least diamond cup wheel is able to go through metal, rebar, concrete, just about anything we needed to go through. Electric paddle mixers, which we didn't really have to purchase because we had them laying around everywhere. Rollers, brushes, buckets, trays, personal protective equipment, and masking tools. This is the sequence from the work plan I created. I actually literally took screenshots. This is the actual sequence I put on the actual work plan. I straight up just took screenshots of it and put it on the slide for you. That way you could see it, but as we're kind of going over it, I'm not going to have to read this word for word. Okay. How I would estimate this cost in future projects. I would review project plans, the specs. That's basic knowledge. Obviously, you should always be doing that before you go in. Calculate the material quantity based on square footage. And thank you to Bluebeam. It was very easy to do that. Use current material costs. So you could use either a current material cost or actually what I was kind of doing is I was literally asking vendors of what their cost is and just kind of finding different costs, doing their base costs versus how much square footage we had. Estimate labor hours, and that was kind of taught to me by Andrew Lopez, who he's an assistant superintendent, so he was kind of teaching me that more on this task. Um, you got to include the cost for surface preparation tools, and that's what I was kind of. That was kind of the first thing I had to do, but that was kind of easy. Just it's just basic tools that we already had, so I'll make sure if we already have the tools and just to order them. Mobilization cleanup and waste disposal and markup and contingencies. Safety procedures. This is where I learned about GHAs or JHAs, and now I'm very good at doing them because I have to do them about almost every task we do. Proper PPE, and that was done by we had a safety guy, Andrew Gerleni, came out there and did a specific training he had to do with these respirators. That was they had to use these approved filters, so they had to get specific training. I had to ensure the proper ventilation was done, but it was outside, so it was kind of easy to do that. And making sure that they had the right PPE on, fire safety, and maintain clear access and egress around the work zones. Quality control and assurance, mock-up and panel applications, surface inspections before coating, coating applied multiple layers, curing time monitored. Curing time was monitored, edge, masking, and detailing, daily inspections, any defects marked up and corrected immediately. Follow-up inspections done before the next phase of work. So that's what this material was only there was only one person at this company that was approved and had pretty much was able to use this material because he used it before because he was a painter and he was watching me going over the training because since he was the only one, that's the right word I'm trying to use. He was certified to use this material. He was watching me over. His name's Aram. I don't want to butcher his last name, but he was watching me over going to training. I had to do a training with the crafts where showing them how to mix the material, how to properly apply the material. As we're doing this, Jaime behind me is on FaceTime with um, the people who literally create the material who are telling us step by step what to do. Very interesting task. Kind of threw me into the fire, which I do not mind because it taught me a lot. And I didn't really get pictures of that specific task, unfortunately, but here's some concrete pours of I did this summer. Let's try and let me see if I can zoom and show you where I was talking about where we placed it. See if you see right at these end, this end right here and this end. These things sticking out right here is what you're covering with the last Khmer coating. So overall, very fun internship. It taught me a lot. Thank you very much.